as I'm out here today, praying, speaking to God, God was showing me something. God was speaking to me. And he said something to me that was quite deep. He said to me, how long do you have to be in the sun to get a suntan? Question, how long does it take for you to get a suntan? If I was to lay down in the sun for 30 seconds, would I get a suntan? And the answer would be no. If I said, if I was to be out in the sun for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, would I get a suntan? And the answer would be, maybe you'd start to get a suntan. So God began to reveal to me that us as believers, we don't spend enough time in the presence of God for there to be a change. We are only spending 2 or 3 or 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the presence of God, and there is no lasting change in our life. Now, there's a big correlation between how much time you spend in God's presence and how much God is in your life. See, you're not going to reflect or shine the glory of God in your life if you're only in God's presence for a short amount of time every single day. See, we need to be in the presence of God continuously so that we can begin to see noticeable change in our life. Because the more we spend, or the more time we spend in the presence of God, is the more we will begin to shine and the more we will begin to grow. A lot of us are struggling spiritually because we're not spending enough time in God's presence to get that suntan. Do you get what I mean? I might call it a presence tan. That's quite deep. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm wobbly, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I need that glory tan in my life. I need the presence of God to be reflecting off of me. I need the presence of God to be reflecting from my life. You see, Moses was on top of Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights. I think it was twice. And the Bible speaks about how when he came down from Mount Sinai, out of the presence of God, because God called him up the mountain, when he came down from the mountain, out of the presence of God, the Bible says that his face shone. His face was shining with the glory of God. It was shining so much that I had to put a veil on his face because he was blinding everybody with the glory. I don't know about you, but I need that in my life. I need the glory to be shining in my life every single day. Think about it a little bit deeper. It's the same with Jesus Christ. When Jesus was on the Mount of Transfiguration, what happened? Well, we know that it says that his countenance changed. It's in Matthew chapter 17. His countenance changed and he started to shine like the light, shine like the sun, and his clothes became so white, whiter than any fuller could white it. What was happening with Jesus? Well, Jesus was shining with the glory of God. Why? Because Jesus was perfect, okay? He lived in the presence of God. Everywhere he went, he carried the presence of God. He was shining with the brightness of God. He was shining with the glory of God. It's the same with Stephen. Stephen, the deacon, I use that word in quotations. But it's like Stephen in the book of Acts, chapter 7 and 8, around there. It speaks about how he started to witness to the Jews, and the Jews went crazy and they ended up stoning him. But the Bible says that his face was shining like an angel. That shows us that he must have been dwelling in the presence of God. The interesting thing about these 3 characters I just mentioned, Moses, Jesus, and Stephen, they was all shining with the glory. Okay, what we can see in their life is some sort of profound wisdom. For example, with Moses, he had profound wisdom and understanding. He was a prophet. What did he do? Well, we know that he brought the law, okay? He brought the laws from God. He received the laws at the hand of an angel. We won't go too deep into that because that's going somewhere else. Then when we look at the life of Jesus Christ had profound wisdom, knowledge, revelation, understanding, insight. But we know that he was in the presence of God. He was shining with the glory. See, that's the same with Stephen. The Bible says that Stephen's face was shining like an angel, shining with some sort. We know that angels are glorious, they have glory. So we know that Stephen was shining with glory. So we can see with the life of Stephen, when he was given his sermon to the Jews, he had profound wisdom, profound insight. They couldn't resist his words and they gnashed on him with their teeth and I think they gnashed with him gnashed on him with his teeth, I think. Might not be the right scripture, but anyway. They ran up on him and they stoned him. Did you know that the angel Gabriel also had that glory tan? The Bible says that Gabriel, when Gabriel, Gabriel's not an archangel. The Bible doesn't call him an archangel nowhere. If you can find, what's his name, Gabriel being called an archangel, please enlighten me, because he's not called an archangel in the Bible nowhere. But I digressed. We know that Michael also had that glory shine, because he was in the presence. The Bible says that when Gabriel appeared to Mary, he said, I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God. I stand in the presence of God. And we know that when we look at Gabriel, he had profound understanding of the future. He knew the future, time traveling, prophecy. He even, when he spoke to, what's the guy's name? Zechariah, John the Baptist's father, he made him silent, made him not be able to speak until John the Baptist was born, made him silent. So he had profound wisdom, understanding, he had profound power to take away speech from man. But we know that he stood in the presence of God. Powerful. I really hope by what I'm saying is stirring you up, getting you hungry to get into the presence. Because the longer we are in the presence of God, the more we're going to shine with the glory of God, the more we're going to move with profound wisdom, understanding, knowledge, signs, wonders, miracles, and all that good stuff there. So God is saying to us that we have to make the presence of God in our life a top priority. You can't move in power without the presence. You can't move in any anointing without the presence. You can't move in freedom without the presence. That's why I said a few weeks ago, and I always say it over and over and over again every chance I get. This is what I say. The biggest spiritual warfare tip I can give you, is what I always say, is that the devil is always trying to stop you from getting into the presence of God. Every single day, the devil is trying to stop you, or demons are trying to stop you from getting into the presence of God. There's a reason for that. And the reason is quite simple. It's what I've been saying for the past 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. We need to get that glory tan. We need to get that presence tan. We need to get into a place in our lives and our walk with Christ that his glory is always shining on us. Our eyes are always sparkling white and clean, and our face is glowing with that wisdom shine. We need to have that. So every single day, fight to get into the presence of God. Fight to get that glory tan. Stay in the presence of God for long periods of time. You can't stay in the presence of God without getting a tan. Stay in the presence of God until you get a tan. Stay in the presence of God until people begin to notice a change in your life. Until people start to notice that there's something different about you. Stay in the presence of God. I'll leave it there. It's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. And as you know where I go, the kingdom goes. I'll speak to you guys on the next video. It's quite a loud road. Talk to you guys later. Stay blessed.